Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
How would you like to raise your first million? And today we have Sergio joining us from Ukraine. So Sergio, tell us, what are the 5 steps that tech entrepreneurs should be doing out there to raise the first million?
To raise the first million, in my opinion, you need to start from research, because you need to find the unique key point for your solution, and then you can start a company and move forward to bring this solution to your people, to your potential client.
Okay, so step number 1 is to find a problem and shape the solution. So what would be the step number 2?
Step number 2, it would be craft the concise, impactful content to convey your vision of your company and your value proposition, what would be different from your competitors.
Okay, very good. So step number 2 is create that value proposition and why you different of the competitor. And the step number 3?
Step number 3, it would be using custom approach to design, to make your product visually appealing, to showing what your product pretty good.
Okay. And then step number 4?
Get some feedback. So put this to the market, to the client, and try to listen them. Your potential client will give you feedback, what you need to move, what you need to add, and so on. So the important step is listen your client and implement it.
And step number 5?
And presenting, you need to make your company, you need to have investment, you need to find your guy, your potential angel who make your project happen.
Very good. So Sergio, tell us, why did you decide that to build your business, right? And to help tech companies, tech startups? Tell us about the story.
The mostly I start like a designer, but after working some tech startup, it's a really fun story because my first client who raised significant funding, he was in the plane, and we did the pitch deck before his meeting, and they
Wow.
raised about 10 millions. We do this all night. So and like with you on the Zoom, we just he was on the plane, we discussed, make changes, and so on. And at the morning they raise about 10 million from the VC funds on the New York.
So Sergio, tell us, what are the secret to do an amazing pitch deck to raise funds?
The secret sauce is making impactful content. You need to tell the story of your product, story of your idea, story of yourself, because investors believe in stories in startup ecosystem.
Yeah. And but Sergio, we noticed in the tech startup before, yeah, if you are able to write a very good story on the pitch deck, yeah, the VC maybe can give you the money even with the piece of paper. But now for tech companies, the venture capitals have become some more they do more due diligence. Now they want to see traction, they want to see product market fit to actually give some funding for the company. So what is your view on that?
right now it's a lot of startups, and the problem is many startup founders wanna to create another application, another business, but VC funds and investors, they wanna not invest into another the same project what already have in the market. They no need second Uber or second Airbnb. They need something unique. So the key problem here it's the startup founders wanted to do the same what other companies does, but it's not gonna be work. So the VC funds right now more stricted, and they wanted to take a look what actually your product different from others. So you need to show this difference, and only in this case you can get a good talk with them.
And then, Sergio, so what are, in technology, we see a lot of tech entrepreneurs, yeah, that they put most of the effort and the energy in developing the product and creating very good product. But then after we found that they don't have enough resources to actually create some traction and to make the product market fit. So how, if you're for the tech company that you advise, how is the distribution of funds that you advise to your entrepreneurs? Let's say, for example, if they have $100, how much money they should be investing in developing the product, and how much money they should be invested in get the product to market and get the product market fit and get some traction?
In my opinion, it should be about 60-30, something like that, because you need to find your client and then build product. Because if you starting to improve your product, it's some kind of endless process, and you can find yourself the no need in the market. Your project can be outdated, and you can
Especially in tech, the product can
especially
get
in tech.
very outdated very quickly, yeah?
Yeah, especially in tech. So you need to be early on the market. You need to build MVP and try to sell it. So it can be not perfect. It can be a lot of less feature, but you need to find your client first,
Yeah,
and only then spend.
but do you think if the company only have one client, only one, that would be enough to find some funding, or they need more clients?
uh just it depended of the sum what they want to raise. So if you want some small amount, one client would be enough. But if you want a couple millions or more, probably you need to at least five people who can buy your product.
Yeah. So Sergio, is if the company only have one client, how much money do you think that they can raise?
This
Around one client
company,
that paid them maybe 50,000, for example.
in this case, they can expect to not maybe VCs, it's like some kind of
See, angel.
angel invest, yeah, angels, and angels can invest about $500,000 maximum. So they can expect, but in the first step, no need to be greedy. As let's
Because it's
you
your first
request,
round, right? When it's the first round,
yeah.
because that's the other thing that I'm glad that you touched this point, Sergio, because we have a startup out there that they only have one client, yeah, and they asking for 2 million for, it's too much money to have very low traction, right?
Uh, Yeah, investor, especially angels, they not do such risk like investing couple millions just in your idea. You need to prove it. You need to be market fit, and you need to have real client and invest your amount. Because I meet sometime the founders who not invest anything from his own funds and wanted to do it with investors, but they not work like that.
So Sergio, in order for you to say you're talking about product market fit, so in your opinion, how many clients do you need to have in order that to call the product market fit? 5 clients, like you say?
Uh, for the seed and pre-seed stage startups, 5, 10 clients would be enough who wanted to buy this product. But it depends. It can be one client like a small entrepreneur, or it can be big corporation. So it depends.
Yeah. And then Sergio, uh, tell us what the industry the companies that you help, yeah? What are the industry that you prefer or that you like more? Because tech is really big. Tech we have from AI, artificial intelligence product, we have the gaming, we have productivity tools. So, or which ones are the verticals that they are more attractive to VC at the moment?
If you mean right now, everyone try to invest in AI. So if your company have AI in your headline, probably you will be interested. Because right now it's maybe you heard couple years ago everyone investing in crypto projects. Right
Yeah,
now everyone investing in AI projects. So
it's the
you
flavor
need.
of the day. Yeah.
Yeah, it's right now it's on the top this topic. It can be combining tech and physical product, but it should be using AI somehow, but it should using.
But how about Sergio, if we have an MVP, and we need to and tech entrepreneurs want to add to ask for some funding to implement AI in that MVP. Do you think that would work?
If you able to explain how the AI improve your product, it can be working.
Even if they don't have clients, or they need to have at least one client?
Let's to back to first answer. It's depending how much you wanted to raise. Because you can request small amounts, so it can be working with angels. But if you have no clients, you have a product without AI, and you wanted to implement it, uh, uh, it depends. If you need couple millions, it not gonna be work.
So Sergio, tell us what are tell us a little bit more about the startups that you help to raise funds, and what haven't been the biggest challenge and how you overcome those challenge.
Some start. You mean name of company or just ideas?
Yes, just try to give us an example of company that you helped to raise funds, and what was the biggest challenge and how you overcome that challenge.
Uh, the biggest challenge from my experience, probably right now it's Ion, the vendor. They combining real product and the service like call to handyman in US to landlords. And the biggest challenge there is explaining the founder what the potential investors, not tech guy, they not interested in how quickly your project is and all this stuff. The investor interested in money, how they can earn money. So I try to explain the CEO what actually investor looking for. They not looking for the quickest decision or quickest code or something like that.
Absolutely. I agree 100% with you. Yeah. And this is a problem that we have in tech companies. Yeah. Because they usually software developers and they want to say to the investor, oh, I have my program, my project, my software is unique. It works so fast. It's the best software in the market. But the investor, he doesn't care if you write the software that is gonna save the world. They care how much money is gonna make and what is the route to market. So Sergio, do you agree when you preparing a pitch deck, how much proportion uh, of the pitch deck should be, because that's the other thing. We saw a lot of pitch deck around where people talk a lot about the software is amazing, blah, blah, blah. And they talk very little about the road to market, about how this product gonna make money. Whether I saw all the pitch deck that they talk about maybe 10-20% about the product, but then the other 80% they talking about route to market. What is the secret formula? If you have a pitch deck, how much you should be talking about your product and how much you should be talking about the route to market and how to make, and what's the plan to bring this product to market?
You need to understand firstly who you speaking to, because if you speaking to in tech professional, for example, if you wanted to go to VC funds, they usually need to know about the go-to-market strategy and all these things, because investor care about risk and returns only. And they can say, okay, now you can speak with our tech guy. And then after you speak with tech guy, you need to explain your technology. So in my experience, you need to tell just a little about your product, and all the deck should be to road to the market. So probably about 80% of the pitch deck should be about how you wrote to the market, how you achieve this financial result what you promised to your investor, and all this stuff step by step.
But then, Sergio, a lot of people say, oh, there is plenty money out there to finance projects. Yeah, there is plenty money out there. But but on the other hand, the founders are facing more and more challenge trying to raise funds for the product. So is it really so much money available, or it's hard to get the money anyway?
Currently, we meet some crisis of startups because the investors more picky to potential who will invest, but we still have a lot of money on the market, and we need to feed your pitch deck to special investor interested. For example, if your investor care about some nature and something impact, you need to fit your product and show your impact to nature, maybe to some social impact or something like that. Because if you go to social investor and wanted to tell them about your tech decision, it wouldn't be relevant. It wouldn't be work.
Yeah.
Because as I know, some founders get pitch deck and try to send it just everyone without pick the right one. And in this case, it wouldn't be success.
Yeah. So, Sergio, tell us about your story. So, what is your background?
My personal background is creating pitch deck about 8 years. So I start like,
Wow, 8 years.
yeah, it's
That's a
already eight
lot.
years. Yeah, and I created about 400 pitch decks to
Wow,
different companies.
400 pitch decks.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So you do that's wow. And only in the tech space?
Mostly in the tech space, like 85% of tech space, some of real products, some of some application, it's not in tech, some sales deck, but it's much less.
Yeah. Okay. So Sergio, what are the advice that you have for tech entrepreneurs that they are stuck there? They are trying to raise funds and they're quite lost. They don't know what to do. What advice do you have for them?
The mostly advice what I can give, take attention to your story, because good story can take attention with the simple standard design with some templates. But if your story even so good, and you not do so homework, perfect design not save you. It's not work like that.
Yeah. So then, say about how you do a good story. What are the secrets to make a great story?
Uh, try to find right market fit. Do some homework. Do research. Find the real competitors and find your selling point. What your difference. What you win your competitors in your space.
Yeah. And then, say you the in the why do you think that what is your opinion in AI? Do you think that this is just a flavor of the day and in the next 2 years something else is gonna come new? Because before was crypto, now it's AI. It looks like always is changing what the investors want, no?
The AI can be compared with some revolution like was in the past, and I not think the AI will stop evolving, but right now we need to find the way how we can use AI. So, for example, it was in the past with crypto. We try to find the way how to implement the solution, and right now we have a lot of great product with crypto, and right now it's happening with AI. So the companies strive many different way how to use this technology, and in the couple years in the future we find this great decision and great purpose of this technology, and then maybe it's an evolve to something new, but who knows.
So tell us, Sergio, the majority of companies that you help them, where are they based? Are they based in US? Are they based in your country? So what are the majority of companies that you help? Where are they based? In
Based on
Europe?
not, it's always US because I'm working like online, and mostly my clients from US. Just couple clients was from the Europe and Australia. But mostly it's US because US include a lot of startups in different areas, and there is a lot of people who wanted to create an entrepreneurship and all this stuff.
So it's more easy to find funding in US than in Europe?
Yeah, it's much easier.
Yeah. It's very difficult in Europe, right?
Right now, it's yeah. In Europe, you need to. In Europe, we have less amount of money what you able to invest. So almost every startup what I know, if they based in Europe, they need to open office in US. It can be only two-person office, but it should be office in US if you wanted to find some
Some
fundings.
money, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us the in your opinion, what are in order to do the presentation, yeah? Okay, let's say that you have the pitch deck and you have an amazing story, yeah? But if the founders have job and at the same time they're building the startup, do you think that this is good sign for the investor, or the investor prefer that the entrepreneurs are doesn't have any job and be working 100% full time in the project? Because when this
Uh,
is a startup, they need to finance the project. So most of the founders, some founders, they have jobs at the same time that they are building the company. Do you think that this is a problem for the investors?
Uh, no, you need to be full time at your startups when you start rising. So it cannot be some side project. You need to 100% be in your product. Only then you can be interested to your investor, because investor, especially at first stages like seed, pre-seed, angel investor, they firstly invest in people. If you tell something, okay, I do this project by evening after work, they, okay, this interesting maybe, but let's you do some MVP, quit your job, and back to us in later stages.
But say you, because the people need to have a job, because otherwise how they gonna finance the MVP?
You need to have some small investment when you start your project. So you need to invest something from yourself. If you have zero, you better to go to some accelerator program, and then they can help you to find the investor what can go in this journey with you, because accelerator program have uh, some this type of investor who know you haven't nothing yet. You need a job, and you cannot be full time at the project, because if you go to some big investor, we have a lot of different type of investors, and you need to find right one to your project, to your cases.
So if the company has, for example, three founders, all the three founders have to be working full time in the business to raise finance, or if one is working full time and the other ones are working part time to finance the business, do you think this is a good mix, or all of them? Do you think that they should be working full time in the company?
At least one of five founders should be full time in the project. So it's dependent of the role. If, for example, founders, the soft engineer, he able to develop the project. He should be full time in this project. But other founders like fintech, like finance and so on, they can work like part-time with other project. But this depends the person. It can be just a couple hours work or 8 hours full day work. So this depends.
Okay, and so out of the 400 page deck that you have done, which is a lot, uh, which ones, which project are your favorites?
uh, Probably my favorites, it's those who really get some investment, real investment, who get investor belief, because I be participant a lot of different projects. It's some kind of marketplaces, And right now it's in medical space, startups in medical, I mean that it's tech, but for medical purpose.
Yes,
So
medical tech, yeah.
yeah, medical tech, but
They call it med tech.
yeah, medtech, correct.
Mhm.
It's hardly to find some favorite ones. Uh, I just see at list of the project what I did before, and they they so much different. They not the similar. They all in tech space, but they all different. So I don't know which one pick better. Probably what I said before, it's Ion because they raise uh, the biggest amount what I work with. It's about 250 million.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it and they rise in first only first round from VC.
Really? On the first round? Wow.
Yeah, they go to fund, they explain the product, and we see, okay, you asking so small amount, we can give you much more. So, and they give you so much.
But did they have but this client already have product market fit. The product was actually selling, yeah?
Yeah, they already have the client, they already have the product fit, they already work in business. They need money to grow the business uh, to expand the business.
But the business is literally working with the clients and making money and so on, yeah?
Yeah, the you need to understand VC. It's some kind of multiplicator of your business. So if you have couple clients who already pay, you can go to VC and they help you multiply this. But they not to invest like only in ideas and all this stuff.
It's actually big working business, yeah? And also,
Yeah.
Sergio, they they also do you think that they can also give you money for development, or they are more interested in all the money that they invest to be put in sales and marketing to push the company forward?
They can give you money to develop, and you need to explain how you wanted to allocate this fund. So product development is important, but this depends of investors. So, for example, Asian investor can give you to develop in. For example, early stage investors can give you money to develop in, but VC funds usually for sales. So they need to expand, you need to multiply your business and all this stuff. It can be adding some small features to your product, but this is not the main purpose.
Mhm. Okay. And then Sergio, what is what there is the founders, they find a huge challenge approaching VCs because they don't have credibility and they don't have the contacts, yeah. So if some of our founders listening this podcast want to work with you or need your help, can you tell us how the process work and how can you help them? How they can find you?
First,
How they can find you?
they can find me in my LinkedIn. They can find me in the direct link, what probably would be somewhere in this podcast.
Definitely, yeah, in the resources.
And they also can subscribe to my LinkedIn, where I post in every day some useful information about the pitch deck, how they can create it, and from there we can start collaboration, like the introduction, intro this call, and then discuss. I will create the solid plan how we can work in step by step to help and then realize the funds.
Okay. And yeah, so they can be working step by step how to raise this fund. So they can find you in LinkedIn, okay, with your name, okay, and
Yeah.
they can text you there. Okay. And then Sergio, the the founders, founders, they are no entrepreneurs. They just have an idea, uh, and they develop the product. And sometimes the VCs, they want that the founders actually are like business people, like they think like a business. Yeah. So how you
Yeah.
close this gap between the founders that, because the founders sometimes they have jobs, so they have this employee mentality where to
Mhm.
be a tech entrepreneur, you have to be more like a business mentality.
Mhm.
So what do you think that can be done in order to close this gap between
Uh,
the
the
founders?
better way is found the partnership with someone who good in sales, good in business. So if you have a tech mind, you need to find someone who has a sales mind and combine them together. You can create a great successful product only in this case because you can have some courses or all this stuff, but you cannot change your mindset. And if you about tech, yeah, like a software developer and so on, so you need to partnership with someone. In my opinion, it's work like that.
Yeah, I think I agree 100%. They have partnerships. If 50% of if one company have 100% and there are two co-founders, one founder should be the tech person, but the other founder should be the marketing and sales. Yeah.
Yeah. In this case, it's need to be combine the expertise, uh, combine the weight of knowledge, and then start to grow your project. And right now, it's quite easy. If you haven't any person who you know, you can go to accelerator program and find the person on the program.
You can find the person in the program. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sergio, uh, the other question that I want to ask you is what is your opinion that we found in the tech industry that women in technology, they are way underfunded versus men. So what do you think that is the problem? Why women founders, tech founders, they find
Mhm.
that it's already hard to find money, but the women in tech, they're really having a really hard time finding funding. What do you think that is a problem?
Probably the problem is uh, less people believe in women founders right now, and the past experience with some project what was closed couple years ago in medtech maybe heard it's a really big project, but uh, it's like fake, and right now this opinion with investors stays. So we need to work in that. It needs some time to change the situation right now.
Yeah, it depends, because with women, I had an interview with the Minister of Finance of Zimbabwe. It was like maybe 6 8 months ago, and he told me that they were lending money to women in his country and giving loans so women can grow vegetables and everything. And he told me that women, they were paying back those loans better than the men. So so when it comes to responsibility, women, they don't take so much risk. They are more cautious, uh, and they can look after the money of the VCs and make the business grow same as a man. We
In
find
here, 100% at your side because I know a lot of women like that. But on the market, we have this situation, and I hope it would be changed soon. But
I think that
we
the
have what we
problem is
have.
that all these VC funds, they are all managed by men, so they trust more men with the project than women, right?
Probably it can be one of the reason, but maybe not main one, but one of the reason it can be
Yeah,
because
because sometimes even
society.
some women, they are the head of VC funds, and they're dealing with the VC funds, and but they also choosing boys project rather than women, right?
Yeah, sometimes I found I just couple months ago tried to reach out some VC funds calls Woman for Woman, and they just reject my request just because I'm man. So it's happened.
Whoa! Okay. Well, they need to create their own ecosystem and their own incubator, because they women in tech are having really really hard time, honestly. Um, trying to find money out there. That is my understanding.
Yeah, they try to create their own verse of all this stuff, but I believe with cooperation, with implementing into each other, only in this way, probably everyone can win.
Okay, so Sergio, what is your last message that you have for founders? Remember, the founders looking for funding, you can find Sergio in LinkedIn by his name, and you can approach him. Yeah, you can send him your pitch deck, and he can have a look and have a discovery call with you. But in general, Sergio, what are the messages that you have to tech founders out there looking for funding? In London, we have load of people. There is in London, there is a um, huge movement in the tech space. The that you are more likely to find a unicorn in London than in United States, because they are all in London. So maybe in United States they are all over the country. Country is very big, but in London they produce also a lot of unicorns. So you're more easy to find a unicorn, potential unicorn in London that in US, because in US is all across the country. So, but still, the entrepreneur, it doesn't matter if they're in Ukraine, in Turkey. In Turkey, there is a huge hub of tech. A startup, a friend
Mhm.
of mine has an incubator there, and he's gathering a lot of projects from Turkey and from this side of the world in the tech space. So anyway, it doesn't matter if the entrepreneur is in Ukraine, if it's in Turkey, if it's in US, if it's in London. What message do you have for all tech entrepreneurs out there looking for funding that they are stuck at the moment?
Probably my greatest advice would be take care about your story. You need to pull all effort in it, and only then you can win.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sergio. This has been an amazing conversation. Thank you so much. And for all of you following the Unstoppable podcast, see you in our next episode. How brave entrepreneur like Sergio break that wall and achieve the first million. Bye for now.
Thank you for having me. Bye bye.
Bye. Pleasure.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.